Hello and welcome back to the channel. Sorry for the noise in the background, but it's very hot here and the conditioner and the fan are all on. It was a bit of time since the last Batrep, but life and the job, the final test for my students are ended just yesterday, so finally I have time to play again, and this is the last Batrep before my holiday trip, so I hope to add some fun and that this battle will enjoy you. The French here is everything I've painted till now for the Peninsula against the same for the Brits, and the battle is a home scenario engagement. Essentially, who will kill the most win the game. 1 point for each battalion or cavalry squadron destroyed, plus a point for shuttle brigade and defeat. Who have most point at the end of the game will win this scenario. And the story is that the French are going to take a fighting withdrawal while the Brits are pushing on, because the Brits result the attacker in this game. They will run with an he-hey, and the card for the he-hey is a left flank attack, and the substitution is equal attack if the thing's going wrong, so this side is particularly strong. Starting with the attacker, a brigade of light cavalry, the SARS, and 2 units of light dragoon with an horse artillery here. Then you can see 1 unit of the light brigade deployed on this side, Portuguese cacadores. Then 1 brigade of infantry with its light battalion deployed in open order, and 1 unit of riflemen here, plus 2 battalion of the guard with their rifle company here, because the Brits really want to push on that flank, and the idea is to crush the right flank of the French and envelop the center. In the center, a strong brigade of 4 battalion with an artillery, commander of regular artillery and heavy artillery for this brigade down here. Then the light brigade hold the center at the moment, because this terrain will make movement really hard, so light brigade could easily move in and take some fire, holding the French at bay as long as possible. 2 units of understrained light infantry plus the 95th rifle with elite tenacity and fire. And finally the King German Legion Brigade with 1 unit of infantry and the 2nd Light Battalion in open order in front of them to protect them from fire. And that's for the Brits. They left the heavy cavalry in reserves, 2 units of heavy dragoon. If everything goes going in according to the plan, they will follow this side to exploit the victory on the flank. This is the plan for the AA. Moving to the French. The commander is Graham, and homemade rule for this British command, +1 to rally for troop within 12 inches from him. And now moving to the French. Starting on the left side on this hill, 1 brigade of infantry. The light this time is into the brigade, and a unit of voltigeur, and 1 unit of veteran. There are 1 unit of veteran in each brigade of infantry, so this one is on the side exploiting this corridor, followed by a small brigade of grenadier, combined unit of grenadier with their commander here. Then in the center, the largest brigade for the French, and Marshal Soult. Home rule for him is can drop 1 fate card to pass a test, a failure, the Valor test within 24 inches from him. This large brigade is essentially one light, one leger, one unit of voltigeur, line infantry, Swiss with elite tenacity, and both the battalion of the Polish Vistula with elite tenacity for both of them. One unit of field artillery. Sorry. Then the deployed heavy artillery of the Grenadier and the deployed heavy artillery for this infantry brigade here. Again, 4 battalion plus voltigeur. The leger here is in column, then the other 3 line battalion in column, and this one is veteran. And in front of them the large full brigade of cavalry. 3 units of light cavalry, hussars, and a double unit of chasseurs de cheval, the dragoon with elite melee and tenacity, 2 small units of foot dragoon, one here and one there, and a detachment of cavalry. Obviously they are 2 detachments of voltigeur, but in the form of dragoon. No reserve for the French, and that's it for the deployment. Now moving to see who will go first and start this battle. All of the game you will see who will go first, and the Brits will go first. Sorry for the noise in the background, but both the air conditioner and the fan are on because it's really hot here today. Now moving into the British first turn. Back at the end of it for a quick recap. The first turn for the Brits is over, and the cavalry move forward. The AA determinate a caution advance, a probe attack at the moment. So this flank here has moved just one simple move and stay outside the 18 charge range of the French cavalry, deploy their horse artillery, move forward with infantry. The heavy artillery take the shot into the French heavy artillery and cause some casualty. The center even move probing the attack, so move 9 inches forward, and the column follow the light battalion. The guard failed to activate. The light brigade take position into the center at the moment, and the King German Legion is not failed to activate, but roll on the AA to wait what is going on, taking only fire activation and nothing else. So they are waiting to see what the French are going to do and where they will maneuver to counter this maneuver and essentially protect the flank, as this EA suggests. So even with the dice roll, they managed to accomplish their mission. That's it for the first turn for the British. Now moving on to the French first turn. And even the first turn for the French is over, and the French hardly comprehend the sense of defense, so they move forward towards the British on this side with both the Grenadier and the Infantry Brigade. The center did not receive correctly the order, so they stay put despite the presence of Soult right behind them. But these 2 heavy infantry in battery shoot at the light dragoon, causing 2 casualties into the gallant British cavalry, and the first cavalry brigade has taken position, put out their voltigeur, the dragoon, and their detachment to lure the British cavalry into a trap. They will see what the AA will decide, deploy the artillery and move forward, and the infantry brigade take the mixed order position and ready to support this flank. We'll see what will happen now moving into the British turn. Starting the British turn with the draw of the card. It's an all-out assault, and now rolling for the strategy. On the left, flank attack. On the left, the area superiority to +1. It's a 4 charge, so the Brits will charge straight into the French, and we will see what happen. Into the center, they are equal, so a probe still moving forward slowly. And on the right, they relieve, so again they stay put and wait for the French. And that's it, now moving to fire and deploy and charging, etc. Well, back in a moment. After the fire, few staff are in range. The Cazadores decided, because both this dragoon here and that detachment of cavalry here are at the same distance, decided for them, and they make them shaken with their precise fire. The artillery put 1 casualty into the dragoon that I'm going to put now, while this artillery here completely failed. That's it for the fire. Now moving into the activation, with the cavalry will take the first activation and launch their attack and sound the charge. That's it. According to the chart, they charge in the SARS straight into the dragoon, and the horse artillery has taken its move to offer support. And here the major light dragoon into the shaken detachment, with the fresh light dragoon in offering brigade support. Aggressively, the infantry brigade back them up, forming the line, and the guard moves forward as they can to reach the spot of attack. In the center, still probing the Brits advance. No fire because they are out of range with the light brigade, which take position into the mansion here, and that battalion occupy the building, and again they stay put waiting for the French. And now moving into the first melee of the game and the second turn. Sir Graham is moving on the top of the hill and order an all-out assault, so the Brits launch their card all-out assault +1 attack for every unit involved in melee that are within 12 inches from their leaders. So starting with a wounded light dragoon, they have 4 attack, +1 for the brigade support and +1 for the all-out assault against the 2 attack of the Hussars detachment, which are going hit on a 5 while the Brits hit on a 4. So 2 hits for the British and no one for the French, which are going to take 2 Valor tests immediately. It's at the end of the turn, but I made immediately, so 2 4 up, and they stay, heroically stay. This is a blow for the Brits, which plan to crush this and strike the dragoon on the back. Moving on the other melee. Down here it's quite the same. 6 attack for the Brits, 4 +1 for the all-out assault and 1 for the brigade, against the single attack of the dragoon, because they are in open order and lose 1 attack. This time the Brits hit on a 3 while the French hit on a 4. So 1 casualty put into the British Hussars, but they put 3 casualty. So 1 Valor test for the dragoon on foot, and they fail, so they are destroyed. Sorry, no test needed here. The cavalry need to test, but they are automatically routed despite the roll of the die. So now they have to charge the closest unit, and it is the artillery. So they charge here. They have taken 1 wound. Now I'm resolving immediately the outcome of this melee. They have now 4 attack plus 1 because they're still within 12 inches from board. The artillery have 2 attack using the canisters, so 4 attack, and have the brigade support, so 5 dice against 5 dice, both hit on a 4. We'll see if the horse artillery will resist the charge of the hussars. Oh, they resist, not only resist, but they beat them. They casualty 2 casualty against none for the Brits, so the hussars are shaken and forced to retreat. And that's it for the outcome of this melee. Now moving their retreat, and they can retreat safely, and they have to retreat, but the British cannot I need to double check if they cannot trample over. Indeed, I am making a mistake, because even if they retreat, they will pursue into the enemy. So another melee for the Brits, again 6 dice, and 2 dice for the French because they have the brigade support. Both hit on a 4, but this time the Dragoon is not in a good place. Indeed, for a single 4, the Dragoon are gone, and without taking any casualty with them. So the Dragoon is gone, and now I have to take 2 Valor tests for the cavalry brigade. They are within 12 inches from the martial assault, and they have more than 5, so 2 plus. The first one is pass and the second one is pass. So the lure has gone, but the Brits take 1 unit shaken, which retreat here, and 1 unit with 2 casualty right in front here. So now moving into the French turn. The skirmisher here and here shoot into the light brigade, putting 1 casualty into this battalion. In the center, both the Leger and the Voltigeur did the same into the 51st Light Battalion. On this side, this unit of Voltigeur put 2 casualty into this Light Dragoon here, and the artillery put 1 casualty into their counterpart here. So 1 casualty here, and 1 test for the Light Dragoon in front of the Voltigeur. And now we see a Valor test of a 4+, and they rout. So they rout, and at the end of the fire phase they needed to take a Valor test. The brigade is 1, 2, 3, 4 units strong, so a 4 plus, 3 plus, because the leader is, the Graham is beside the cavalry leader. Okay, the cavalry brigade is okay. Now moving into charge and movement phase. This officer here did not receive the order, so its brigade stay put to the center moving forward and take the mixed order deployment. And on this side also this brigade failed to activate in front of Soult, which are not happy at all. And here the cavalry charge. This unit of chasseurs cheval charge the rifle company, while the other chasseurs charge the fresh light dragoon in the back with the support. Both are supported. This artillery is more likely forward, and the detachment successfully rally. Now moving into the melee, which are for the French chasseur en cheval against the Brits. British have no support in this case, and the French have +1 dice. So French hit on a 3 and the British hit on a 4. 2 hits for the British and 3 for the French. It's not enough to break the light dragoon, but it's enough to shaken them, and now they are forced to retreat, but they will force to move sideways or be destroyed because they have not enough room and cannot interpenetrate a friendly unit of another brigade. Let me double check if they can move sideways for the retreating, or they are doomed. But now proceeding to the other fighting, the other chasseur en cheval, same 5 attack against one of the rifle brigade, +1 because no, they are not within 3 inches, so just 1 die. 5 against 1, hitting on a 3 for the Brits. So the rifle company is completely destroyed and put 1 casualty into the chasseur en cheval. Now I double check for the light cavalry. Yes, it's necessary that they move far away as a normal move. They must end in the front arc, so probably a little bit here. So they are still in the front arc of view of the cavalry that way, but they are not automatically destroyed. And now the infantry brigade needed to take a valor test for the destroyed rifle company. It is within 12 inches. They have still 5 units, so a 2+. Okay, no problem for the British morale. And now the retaliation of the British towards my cavalry. We'll see what the AA will say, but I use at the end of this melee the number 4, so the breakthrough to move this brigade before moving into the British turn. A British turn, first of all drew the card, which is a defensive fire, very good, and now rolling to see what they are going to do this turn. On the left they charge, and in this case this means that who can charge will advance and engage. If it's not possible, they will fire, but if they are not in evident disadvantage, they will charge. The center reacts, so stay and prefer fire over maneuver, and the right again relieve, so they stay put and shoot. This flank is very coward this turn, okay to defend, but 3 times they stay put. So moving into the fire and see what will happen. The fire for the Brits put 2 casualty into this column of attack. Shaken and force a valor test on the artillery, which is passed. 1 casualty into the Leger in front here, and the fire on this side from the Cazadores and the artillery. Artillery put 1 casualty on their counterpart and 2 casualty into the chasseur en cheval. And that's it essentially for the British fire, pretty punitive. And now moving into the attack, so the first of all will be the cavalry. Then the Brits need to move away the Cazadores in order to charge with the infantry into the enemy cavalry. That's it for movement and charge. No choice for the cavalry to charge straight forward into the exhausted chasseur en cheval here and into the other chasseur here. The infantry brigade take an aggressive move, forming the line and push forward towards the this side of the artillery and the voltige. The center is probing to move slightly forward, forming the line, preparing to shoot the French down on the other side. Nothing happens, so moving into this melee, and now we have the end of the first hour of game. Let's start with the side where both the squadron are exhausted. Our 4 attack for the British Hussars +1 for the support of the artillery, and on the other side it's the same with the support of the Hussar on the back. Both hit on a 5, so it's a matter of roll. And that's it. The British score 1 hit, while the French score nothing, so one Valor test at the end of the melee for the French. On the other side it's the same, but this time the British is on a 5 while the French is on a 4 because they are not exhausted. And 2 is a score for the British and 3 are score for the French. So this side is a French victory, on the other side it's the contrary. So 1 Valor test for the British and 1 Valor test for the French. Both stay where they are forced to retreat. But now, and this is a very bad news for the French, now with their aggressive, for the Brits, they're aggressive, this unit probably can fall back enough to stay 3 inches away from the enemy, but this Hussar are destroyed. And I double check if they stay, moving away the commander, and proceed to take the fortitude test for the cavalry brigade. Enough room for a fallback, but they are not, so they are destroyed. Oh, meanwhile the reserves arrived on this side. Of the 2 heavy dragoon squadron is arrived and moved closer to the line. Now a fortitude test for the infantry brigade, still within 12 inches, but now they are reduced to just 2 on the 4 3 plus roll. So that's it, no problem for the French at the moment. And okay, that's it. Now this put an end to the British turn and moving into the French third turn. The card for the French turn is the Queen, so attack for trance, but just resolved the far phase, nothing on this side. 1 casualty is put onto the light battalion down there from this Leger. This Leger for a while have a good fire to put 3 casualty into the 69th, while the combined fire from artillery, Voltigeur and the Polish put another casualty into the 51st in front. The heavy artillery in battery put 3 casualty into the 51st at closest rank. They do not shoot because they want to move away, and the artillery down there put 1 casualty and shaken the horse artillery for the French, now moving into the activation and the charge phase. The brigade successfully activate. The grenadier move forward, and this 2 column of attack take position, while the 3rd column of attack charged into the field the light battalion. In the center, after the fire, the French stay put, waiting for the British movement. They are in good position now. Here the counter-attack of the cavalry. The dragoon charge into this damaged line. The chasseur and cheval onto the Batrep light dragoon, and the other chasseur and cheval, even if shaken, charge at the cazador and try to rout them or put some casualty into them. It's a risky charge, but maybe with a bit of luck it may pay off. This artillery has moved after shooting to grant support to the chasseur here, the hussars here, and the detachment to the dragoon. So now moving into this melee, and we'll see the outcome of it. We're starting with the chasseur or cheval on the hill. They have a 4 attack +1 for the support against the cazador in open order. They usually have 3, but they are in open order, so they are reduced to 2 attack, and they have not any support. the French hit on a 5 while the Portuguese hit on a 4. Re-rolling 1, so 1 hit per side because they are shaken, but it's enough to win the melee, and in this case, because they are cavalry, the cazadors are routed. Now proceeding into this melee here with the chasseur and cheval charging the light dragoon, again 5 dice, 4 for the squadron plus the hussars in support, against again 4 attack and no support because there is no friendly unit of the brigade. The British hit on a 5 and the French hit on a 4. 1 hit from the British, but 4 hits for the French, and this means 4 Valor tests that must be taken by the light dragoon, and then the French dragoon, they have 5 attack, melee elite, 6 attack, plus 1 of support, and the British have 4 attack, usually are 3 because they is a light battalion, 4 because it's in line, plus 1 for the support brigade, and now they play defensive fire, so they add another dice. They will try to resist against this dragoon, or at least inflict as much casualty as possible. Dragoon is on a 3, the British hit on a 4, on a 4. So the French hit 6 times, while the British hit 3 times, plus 1 reroll for a 1, which is another hit, so 4 hit for the British, which mean that the dragoon are exhausted, are shaken, but the British need to take 5 Valor tests. So the 5 Valor tests for the 51st Light Infantry is definitely gone, and the Cazador are gone, but the 2 Valor tests for the Light British Dragoon, they also gone. So a lot of tests now. The remaining light artillery, horse artillery, need to test is +1 because the leader is within 12 inches, but -1 because is under the 50% of the unit in the brigade, so it's a 4+. And the brigade is gone because with this failure and the unit shaken with an enemy within 6 inches, the artillery is destroyed and the brigade is shattered. And the Valor test for the 51st, the 71st Light Brigade, they are gone, just roll, sorry. So the Valor test for the brigade is on 2+, +1 being 12 inches from the main general, and +1 because they are more than 5 units. No, they are 4, so it's a 3+. Okay, the fortitude test is successfully taken, removing the casualty and showing the situation. The French exploited some success, destroying 1 brigade of light cavalry, which means that 1 defeat plus another 1 for the shaken, for the destroyed brigade are put onto Valor. But I forgot 1 more fortitude test for the Cazador destroyed, so the light brigade need to test, but I have to finish off the other melee before testing for them. So the last melee of the turn is this column of attack against the light brigade. The column of attack have 4 attack, the light brigade has 2 attack plus 1 for the supporting unit. Both hit on a 4, both reroll the one in melee, so we'll see. The French hit on a 4, hit twice, the British hit once, no reroll at all. With 2 casualty, put the British to have a test, a Valor test, because they are 1 over their tenacity, because they are understrained, and so they have their tenacity reduced. We'll see. They fail, no card to play, so 2 fortitude tests for the Light Brigade. They're still half of the battalion operative, so 2 tests on a 4+. Another defeat and 2 casualty, and a casualty put onto the partner brigade into the building. It's not a very successful turn at the moment for the Brits, but on this side, where most of the pressure from the British is deployed, the situation looks far to be worse, because Discovery are taking severe punishment and are in front of the British line, ready to unleash their firepower, and then the heavy cavalry is on the back to finish the job if it's needed. So, proceeding to remove the casualty, put another defeat to the Brits, and moving into the British turn. So some casualty taken at the moment, but nothing is lost for the British. The start of the turn is surprise attack, which could be a good one, we'll see in a moment. Now, on the left flank they are equal at the moment, so 3 meaning engage, and engage meaning perform maneuver and fire, engage in melee only if in advantage. And the center is equal, the forces, so again probe, so they stay put and fire. On the left they are at the moment in disadvantage. A 5 minus 1 is react, and react meaning the unit will prefer shooting over melee, but they can maneuver to maximize the shooting in the next turn at least. So that's it. Now moving into the fire, and then back for a quick recap. The fire phase is over, starting again with this side with the King German Legion, which failed to hit anything. The Light Battalion into the building put 2 casualty into that column of assault, which have to test. 1 casualty into the Leger in front down there, 1 casualty into the Voltigeur, and down lot of tests for the cavalry. 1 for the Dragoon, 1 for this Chasseur on Cheval, and 2 for that Chasseur on Cheval. So lots of tests and no card to drop with Soult. So starting with the column into the mansion, it's a 4+ test. They are gone. Now the French Dragoon, they stay. The Chasseur on Cheval gone, and the 2 tests for the Chasseur on the hill, they also gone. So 2 Valor tests for the cavalry brigade. They are now 1, 2, 3, 4, so 2 tests on a 3+. So both stays, and no defeat for the cavalry at the moment. 1 fortitude test for the infantry brigade, which is also passed. So the morale is good for the French. Now moving to remove the casualty and take the activation for the Brits. So the guard move forward. Then the Golden Highlanders put them in front of the Hussars. It's a risk that they are going to take to protect the guard and the rest of the battalion, which shooting must stay put where they are. The Dragoon are exhausted, so a charge for them is still a risk. The center didn't move, apart the 95th Rifle, which moved into the mansion to put more fire in support. And on this side, finally, the King German Legion take good position to shoot better the next turn. The artillery moves slightly in this way, so everyone can fire or support fire against the incoming French. So we'll see. Now no melee in this turn, so this put an end to the British turn, and now moving into the French turn. The shooting France is particularly effective. Usually they lack in this aspect of the game. This line plus this column shaking that unit, the horse artillery, 2 casualty into the Highlanders, 2 casualty into the first Scot with the canister from this gun. They completely miss despite the +1. A skirmisher shoot into the Leger, putting up casualty. The light battalion, sorry, the Leger put 2 casualty into the 69, forcing them a Valor test that they're going to take. They shoot with skirmisher and obtain nothing. Here they completely miss, and the skirmisher for this column miss the Portuguese, and that's it. Now proceeding with the test for the 69 battalion. So Valor test on a 4+, on a 3+, because it's fire, so they pass. And that's it. Now moving into the activation and the charge phase. And the movement and the charge phase, the Hussars charge the first rifle with the support of this detachment, artillery, dragoon, everyone, just 1 dice. But the cavalry move slightly forward in this way, while the brigade of infantry stay put. On this side in the center, I decided to force the center to help my right wing. So the column of attack of Polish charged straight forward into the light battalion, and then after a slightly movement of the line on their left, the Swiss can manage to reach the light battalion too and offer support to the Polish. There is no 3 inches, I suppose, between the light. Oh yes, they have even brigade support. On this side here, I used a surprise attack to make a movement with the Leger, and I completely forgot that they shoot with their bloody skirmishers, so they cannot charge at all. Sorry, back in a second. They moved them back. So they move back, they take their movement and reform a column, but they cannot use any charge action, so they cannot charge the 95th. So I forced the hand of this side and used the surprise attack to make them take a move and then charge into the Portuguese, while the other battalion in column of attack move forward. They shoot only with skirmisher to offer support. And on that side, this column charged the second with this one in support. And that's it for the French turn. We have about an hour, few minutes, less than an hour, to put an end to this game, where we will see. Now moving into the melee, starting with the cavalry on that side. The Hussars get 4 attack, +1 for the brigade support. The British line have 4 attack, +1 because they are in line, and +1 for the support. So are 5 against 6. The cavalry hit on a 3, the infantry hit on a 4. Rerolling 1. Oh, bad roll for the French, just 2 hit. The Brits just hit by themselves 4 times, +1 reroll, which is also made, so 5 hit onto the fresh Hussars, which means 2 Valor test for this unit here, and this could be dangerous because I have other units with shaken status, so I have to make 2 Valor tests on a 4+, and no card to spend on the ability of suit to save them. 4+. Whew. The Hussars prove their name and stay. They are forced to retreat, but no defeat, and the first rifle is shaken to the end of this game, even if they are the winner. Proceeding into this melee here, there are both the French unit, in reality Swiss and the Polish, are elite in tenacity, so they have tenacity 5 but not in melee. So 4 attack for the Polish column, plus 2 for the Swiss support, plus 1 for the brigade support. But I changes the Swiss that carry on the assault, because so they are within 3 inches from the Leger and get the +1, and the Polish offer support. The British line usually have 3 attack, but they are in open order, so reduce it to 2, returning to 3 for the brigade support. No card to play from both sides, so the French hit on a 3, rerolling 1, while the Brits hit on a 4, rerolling 1. The French can reroll 3 ones, the British hit twice, and the French just hit 3 times, but other 2 6 times. So this means that with this one is shaken unit, 5 Valor test for the light battalion in the center. So 5 Valor test, they fail once, but no card to play, so they failed to and will be removed. And 1 fortitude test at the end of this battle. Now moving to the melee on the other side, starting with the regular infantry brigade battalion, 4 attack plus 1 for the brigade support into the 2nd King German Legion, which is a light battalion, 3 attack in open order, and they get the brigade support, so 5 against 5. The French hit on a 3, the British German returned hit on a 4+, both rerolling 1, so 5 successfully attack for the column of the French, and 5 successfully attack for the British German. They prove their honor, their strength in melee. But the units are exhausted, but the British need to take 2 Valor tests. They have just 1 casualty plus 1 over its tenacity. So 2 Valor tests for they gone. 1 pass, 1 failed. And now the Grenadier are 5 attack plus 1 because they have support of their partner Grenadier battalion against the Portugal, regular Portugal, so it's a line battalion with 4 attack, 5 because it's line, 6 because is supported by the King German Legion. Again, 3 for the French, 4 for the Brits, everyone rerolling the ones. And the Portuguese strike and hit 5 times at the moment, and 4 times hit the French. Now the rerolls both miss, so the Portuguese win, and exhausted by 1 the Grenadier, which have to take a Valor test, which is fail, so the Grenadier is gone, and a fortitude test is needed by the brigade on that side. The Portuguese is also shaken. So see, fortitude test for the Grenadier brigade. They failed, so means a defeat for the French on that side. Fortitude test for the King German Legion for the destroyer of the 2nd Battalion is also failed because it's a 4+ test, so they have 4 brigade, yes, it's gone, so another defeat for the Brits. And now the fortitude test in the center, the light battalion stay where they are, so the light battalion is gone, but no defeat taken, and this saved the 69, which is also shaken. And that's it for the test, and that's it for the turn. Now proceeding to remove the casualty and start the British turn. That's the situation. The heroic Portuguese, when saw the 2nd King German Legion fled from the field, also broke their nerve and gone, because they defeat and they have and they are shaken within 6 inches from the enemy, means that they are gone. And both this unit is within 6 inches, so take casualty. They take also a casualty because it's within 6 inches from the enemy. They are far enough, and that's the situation in the center, and nothing has changed here. They put the exhausted unit onto the Swiss. The British turn, it's a 3 confusion. We'll see if they have to play on the left. Now they are equal in force. No, it's a slightly advantage for the Brits because they have guard and cavalry. So +1, 4 and 1 charge, so can charge in. In the center equal, but 6 engage. Engage mean prefer maneuver, and fire engage in melee all in advantage. Not at the moment, so some maneuver and some fire. On the left they are clearly in disadvantage. 5 -1 is a 4. React, and react mean they stay where they are and prefer shooting against any other decision. So that's it. And now moving into the British fire. British fire put 2 casualty here. 2 casualty here, forcing 2 Valor test. In a moment I will take. The 95th Rifle put a 3 casualty into the Leger in column. Then nothing happened here. 2 casualty into the Swiss, which are 1 casualty far from being shaken. 2 tests for the Dragoon, which I take in a moment, and nothing else. So I have 2 Valor tests to make for the Dragoon and 2 Valor tests that make for the infantry in on the other side. And they are not the... oh no, they are the veteran. They are just 1 Valor test, sorry, they are the veteran. The unit down there, which are the Baskin, is the veteran for that brigade, so they are just 1 over the tenacity. So 1 Valor test on a 3, they stay. 2 Valor test for the Dragoon on that side, they also stay. The cavalry today is absolutely amazing. The roll of the dice for the cavalry is absolutely amazing. That's it for the fire. Now moving into the activation. With the surprise attack, the 1st regiment of the guard take a double move and charge straight forward into this line with his rifle company, which offers support, and the 3rd battalion is moving forward, and the cavalry is moved in charging position on this flank for the next push. Into the center, the Gordon Highlander, despite their 2 casualty, is moving into the artillery here, and that's it for the charge along the line. The Black Watch take over the 69, which safely retreat into the back line, and essentially that's it. Now moving into this melee here, which is the British Guard, which have 6 attack on base, then +1 for the line and +1 for being supported by the riflemen. The center of the French brigade is a light battalion, so 3 attack, 4 because it's in line, +1 because they are supported. The British hit on a 3 and reroll in the 1. The French hit on a 4 and reroll nothing. So we'll see outcome. Oh, the British hits at the moment 3, 4, 5 times, while the French hit twice. Then the British have 1 dice to roll, and there's another hit. So 4 is to shaking the unit to test for the Leger in the center, and to test on a 4+. No, their nerve break, and they fled. And now moving against the artillery and the Gordon Highlanders, which are no upgrade this time, so they are 4 attack, +1 for the line, +1 for support is 6 attack, hitting on a 4 against 4 attack, hitting on a 4, they are within 3 inches, 5 attack, hitting on a 4. The Brits can reroll the 1. The artillery strike 4 times against the, the British strike 4 times against the artillery, which strike 3 times, so the artillery is automatically destroyed despite has inflicted 3 casualty and shaken the Highlanders. So 142 test for this brigade and 142 test for the cavalry. Both have their the Marshal within 12 inches, so both have +1 to their Valor test. The cavalry still have 3 unit operative on 8, so they have -1. +1, -1 is a test on a 4+, which is a miserable fail, and this means that another unit is gone. The Dragoon is within 6 inches from the enemy, so is also gone. And a defeat, and then the infantry, which is pass. So proceeding to remove the further casualty, putting the defeat and moving into the French turn. We are using home rules, which mean that this unit, because of no enemy within 6 inches, can try to save themselves and take a Valor test to stay where it is, or is also broken. So we'll see, it's a 4+. No, the hussars stay where they are. This is a home rule, so keep in mind it. Okay, now really move into the French turn. So the fire on that side, nothing happened, everything miss. 2 casualty put on the Black Watch, 1 casualty into the fort. 2 test here, receiving cannon fire from the artillery, and 2 test here from this 1 unit of voltigeurs. So 2 Valor test on a 3+ for the first Scots pass, and 2 for the Gordon Highlander, which is failed. So the Gordon Highlander's gone, and at the end of the fire phase a fortitude test for the brigade, which still have operative 3 units, so no malus, +1 on a 3+. Ooh, this is a failure, this is a defeat, and I see if the enemy is within 6 inches. If this one is, it is, so they are also gone, and that's it for the fire, removing the casualty and move into the activation. The British replay confusion, so everything must be activated with the dice. Time is running short. 1 turn for the Brits, 1 turn for the French remain after this one. So the French try to capitalize their withdrawal, fighting withdrawal. This unit take the square because the cavalry is very close. These 2 units charge the guard battalion. This is in front, this is on the flank, but not outflanked because they have vision, so just more dice into the fray. Cavalry fall back, the detachment, and this one successfully rally. In the center they try to force the hand, the Polish charge in. This prepare a last turn charge. The light battalion, the Leger, charge into the flank of the open rank 95th rifle, and down there the shaken, because this one are the shaken unit, the charge the shaken artillery, and the fresh column of attack charge the battalion in line. So lots of melee, starting with the most interesting one, so the guard battalion against the 2 column of French. Now the British see the battalion that's come on the flank, so no malus, no bonuses, are 4 attack plus the 2 attack to be in 2 units into the melee, +1 for the support of the square, 7 attack for the French. The guard have a 6 attack, 7 because they are in line, 8 because they are supported by their rifle company on the back. The French hit on a 3 and cannot reroll the 1. The British hit on a 4, but they can reroll the 1. It's a bad idea to forgo the reroll in order to get more dice, because they hit just 3 times, and the guard did what the guard usually do, so 4 hit. So it's a defeat for the French, but no test is needed, because one of the attacking unit on the flank are shaken, but no test, and 3 more casualty put into the guard battalion, which is going to 5 hit taken. Now that's melee here. A 4 attack for the French, +1 for the partner battalion of the back. 4 attack because they are English in line. 5 supported, yes, 6. French hit on a 3, and let me double check a thing. Indeed, I'm forgotten, both hit on a 4, because the supporting unit has losses. So I can forgo a dice to hit on a 3, rerolling 1, or take 1 more die, hitting on a 4, rerolling 1, hitting on a 4, rerolling 1. So we'll see. The British hit 3 times and have 1 reroll. The French hit at the moment 1 single time, but have 3 rerolls. So again, on a 4, the British hit 4 times and the French hit 3 times. So again, the French lose the battle. So they 4 casualty. They are exhausted. They are shaken, but no test is needed. And the British are also shaken. So here they are. And now moving in the last one. Now the last one is in the middle, where the Leger in column have 3 attack against the 2 attack of the 95th Rifle, plus they are supported. Both hit on a 4, both reroll the 1, so we'll see. The British hits 3 times, again the French just 2, so the French not only lose but have to take 2 Valor tests, and at the end of the melee, because they have another 2 units involved in fighting down there. So 1 veteran battalion 5 attack against the artillery. Both are shaken, no one has support, so both are 8 on a 5. And again, now they have a reroll. Yes, this time are the French who win the melee, because the British hit 2 times and the French did the same, but they are attacking and the artillery is automatically destroyed. The last melee is a regular battalion in column of attack, again a line of King German Legion, 5 attack because they are in line and they are even supported. So 6 attack against 4. French hit on a 3, British hit on a 4, rerolling 1. So at the moment is 2 hit for the French and 3 hit for the British. 4 hit for the British. This is Cork. 5 hit for the British, which means a Valor test for this battalion. 2 Valor tests is taken by this brigade. 1 in the center, they lose against the 95th, and 1 lose against the King German Legion. So 1 Valor test for the unit against the King German Legion, and they're gone. And the Leger is also gone. Very well. Now fortitude test. So now I have to take 2 fortitude tests for that brigade down here. It's first one is a defeat, and the second one is also defeat. I roll 5 1 in a row, so 2 defeat and that battalion is also gone because it's within 6 inches. So 2 defeat for this brigade on that side. Luckily the voltigeur is outside any problem and the brigade is not shattered. Now the British on that side has lost their artillery, so need a 40 to test too, and they are under the 50%, so is a 5+, and they also fail and they also take another defeat. So that's it, that puts an end to the French turn. The last British turn is going to start at the moment. The situation is tense, probably a light advantaging point for the French, but we'll see. Now the last British turn is a 4, as a 4 is the breakthrough, a movement if it's needed. So we'll see the last turn of the left flank attack. On the left they are clearly in advantage, so 3+1 is a charge, everything that can charge will charge in, and the center they are in disadvantage, so -1, so 5 -1 4 engage, so they shoot essentially, they are going to shoot, no attack, because they will charge only if in clearly possibility to win. And on the left they are equal now, so with the 2 is relieve, so they move back and save what is saving. I know what is saving, what is solvable. This unit is also shaken because they lost the artillery here, but they take the next casualty, so they will move back. Now proceeding to the fire for the British. The fire from the guard area put 1 casualty into the square, 1 casualty into this one from the skirmisher of the Gordon Highlanders. No charge is possible at the moment, so in the center the same 3 casualty put here from the 95th Rifle supported by the Black Watch, and 2 casualty put onto the Grenadier down there from the skirmisher from both the King German Legion, so now they have to take 1 test on a 3, and hoping that this pass. It is not, so unit is destroyed, the brigade is shattered, and an automatically defeat to Marshal Soult. And now that's for the fire, we'll see in a moment for the assault. You have to, sorry, but the heat up there is very anti-proving, so he fail, he take a defeat, but the brigade is not shattered because they have an artillery which is here far from any enemy, so the brigade is still alive. No shattered brigade at the moment. Now proceeding to the melee and proceeding on this side, so the melee that is going to continue from the previous turn is the 4 attack of the Polish +1 for the support of the Swiss against the 4 attack +1 because in line, and 1 for the support for the 40 line battalion. So we'll see both the unities on a 5 because they are shaken, and both rerolled 1, so 1 2 for the British. They are just for the French, just 3 for the British, 4 for the British, and this is what they have to reroll. Another 1 for the French, but it's not enough. They have to take 4 Valor test. No other melee in this sector, so I can roll the 4. They definitely gone, just painted, they paid off the curse of the freshly painted miniatures. So the polish is gone, and it is a fortitude test for this brigade. It is a true plus because they have 5 or more units, but they are far from Soult, and they pass it, so no defeat, but the battalion is gone. The heavy cavalry take their chance against the square, so you roll, you take 1 casualty and fall back, And here we're proceeding to this melee. The guard continue to fight against the shaken French to get more bonus as possible. So they are 6 attack plus 1 for the line and 1 for the support, while the French have 4 attack plus 2 plus 3 for the support. So but the French eat on a 5, the British eat on a 4. Both rerolling ones. This one is cork, so we reroll it. No other dice needed to be rerolled. So at the moment the British eat 3 times, while the French eat 3 times. It's a draw, but French have 2 dice to roll, while the guard have just 1, the corked one. So we'll see. Oh, incredible is the French that when this melee inflicting 4 wounds into the guard, which have to test. They are now at 5 casualty. Let me double check how many tests the guard have to take. With 1 the guard becomes shaken, so 3 tests for the guard on a 4 plus. But the guard hold as usual, so they stay where they are. And that put an end to the British turn. Now the last French turn, and the end of the game is coming. Fire into the center, shaking the 95th with 1 casualty into the Black Watch. 3 tests is needed from the 40 for the fire from the artillery, and 1 test for the rifle company from the shoot from the square. They completely miss, so the Gordon Highlander is saved. Now proceeding with the 3 Valor test for the 40 rifle, which all pass, and now it's time to activation and charges. Everything activate for the last turn. This unit here, even if taking casualty, try the attack to the Black Watch. The unit here form a column of attack and charge into the shaken 40 battalion with the Swiss in support. A bold activation for the Hussars. We try to break the Gordon Highlanders supported by the detachment. Could be depth charge. Here a wise maneuver for this unit, which fall back from the melee and remain only the unshaken and unwounded column of attack. And that's it. Now moving in the last melee of the games. So starting here with the guard, we'll see if the French manage to break the British guard or the guard stay again. 4 attack plus 1 from the supporting square against the 8 attack of, oh, I need a test. Before I need 1 test on the 3 plus for the there. Whew, they fail. So the company is gone, and 42 test at the end of the fire for the guard, which stay. So essentially 7 attack for the guard, because they have no more the support of their rifle company on the back. We'll see the British hit on a 4 rerolling 1, the guard hit on a 5 rerolling 1. Ooh. The British guard proved themselves more than effective. The French hit once and a cork die. The guard hit 3 times, so it is not necessary. No, they have to reroll this too. Is 4 times, so it's not necessary. They stay where they are and shaken the French brigade on that side here. So as again the guard proved themselves unflappable. And that's it for this side. Moving into the bold charge of the Hussars. Can they become the real hero of the game? They passed so many tests of valor. They will break the Brits or not. So 5 attack hitting on a 4. British have 4 attack, 5 goes in line, no support this time, they have more than 3 inches, so 5 against 5. French hit on a 4 and the Brits hit on a 5, re-rolling 1. And the Hussars hit 4 times, while the Brits at the moment hit neither, so just one roll just to see. No, so they automatically break and the Hussars crush another unit, forcing a fortitude test in the end on that brigade. And now into the center, where 2 melee are going to happen. 4 attack plus 2 into the center for the Scottish and the Swiss, against the unexhausted 5 attack for the 40 line battalion. On a 4 for the French, rolling 1. On a 5 for the Brits. The French hit 3 times at the moment, 3 times at the moment, and 1 reroll. The British hit 1 time and 4 reroll. You see, 2 hit for the British and no more for the French. So 3 Valor tests on that side, 3 Valor tests for 40 line, which failed with 1 and is gone. And the other one, the last melee of the game, 4 attack for the column plus 1 in support for the Voltigeur, against the 5 attack of the Gordon Islanders. Everyone hit on a 4, everyone reroll on, no, the French no reroll, so they forgot, they retained their reroll and lost 1 die. On a 4 rolling, 2 hit for the French, 1 hit for the Brits at the moment. These one are gone, so it is a French victory, because even if no it's not there. Oh yes, absolutely, 3-1. So the Gordon Island, the Black Watch have to take 1 Valor test and a stay. So that's it for the last melee of the game. So proceeding with the fortitude test for this brigade here is on a 5 plus now, 4 plus now, so a defeat. And this means that that unit of Black Watch is gone, and a Valor test for the 69 on the back, which stay and save the brigade. And on that side, another fortitude test for the line they pass. So that's it. Now proceeding to remove the casualty and back for the final result of the game. And that's it, the battle is over. And this is the amount on defeat taken by the 2 army plus the destroyed, and the very end is 25 points for the French against the 17 for the British, which essentially lose the game and fail to break the defense of the French. And that's it for the game. Sorry for some mistake, but the heat made me pay the toll of this inattention and concentration. Anyway, it's a very fun game, a really good one before the holiday, and I really needed to play it because I was eager to play it a few times that I missed the games from the last Salamanca game. Anyway, thank you for watching, and see you soon as far as I'm back from my trip. Bye bye.